Over like no bones in the back. BM, get that thing up, give good hit for a little track. Middle finger up for them people. Never had a gun and was leaving you talking tough, but see you run to your people, you leaving. Then I answer gun to your people, they claim that they don't really understand. Throw that pistol on their hand. Yeah, you say a lot, but you ain't really had a nigga take your word and off your man. I still ride with it.
He went to the state pen, he wanted to go to Penn State. How the hell you dissing me? You look up to me, you know me.
18-year-old Mikey Williams is a big name. He played for San Ysidro, had committed to the University of Memphis in the fall, and struck an endorsement deal with Puma. CBS 8's Shannon Handy joins us live from Sheriff's headquarters with the case that could put all of that on the line. Shannon.
Yeah, Carlo, Mikey Williams bailed out of jail just around midnight after posting $50,000 bond. Sheriff's deputies are investigating and tell us that this arrest stems from an incident at his Hamul home. This is video appearing to show local basketball standout Mikey Williams in the driveway of his Hamul home. Just yesterday, a San Diego Sheriff's SWAT team executed a search warrant there. One neighbor sent us video showing law enforcement vehicles speeding down the street. Another neighbor who didn't want to be identified heard someone on a loudspeaker and what he thinks was a flashbang.
I kind of had the impression it was some type of police activity, but I couldn't hear specifically what they were saying.
The investigation involves some type of gathering that happened at the home back on March 27th. Detectives say there was an argument which turned into shots fired.
As the people, or some of the people who were involved in that argument were leaving the residence, shots were fired at their vehicle as they left.
Lieutenant Jeffrey Ford says several of those shots hit the vehicle with 5 people inside, 3 of whom were minors.
Nobody was injured, thank God. And that is where our investigation kind of stemmed from.
While Lieutenant Ford will not confirm whether or not Williams fired those shots, court records show the 18-year-old was arrested on 5 counts of assault with a deadly weapon. Each one carries a minimum sentence of 6 months in jail. Williams was a star player at San Ysidro High School and had committed to playing next year at the University of Memphis. He's ranked nationally and in 2021 became the first American high school basketball player to sign a sneaker deal with global footwear company Puma. He also has a huge following on social media. Since his arrest, Williams' Instagram page has been deactivated. We reached out to both Puma and the University of Memphis. Puma had no comment. A spokesperson for the university told us they're trying to gather more information. Back in Hamul, while Williams' neighbor doesn't know him very well, he told me he's surprised by the allegations against him.
It doesn't make sense to me. You know, to me, you're making money, you're going to have a future, you want to protect it.
And Williams is expected to appear in court on April 20th. We, of course, will keep you updated with the very latest on this story. Reporting from Sheriff's Department, I'm Shannon Handy for CBS 8.
What's the deal, my people? Thank you for joining me in my channel, Panama's OG Truth. You could be anywhere in the world, but you're here with me right now. And today, we're gonna be covering the phenom Mikey Williams. And it's an unfortunate situation because I hate that I'm talking about Mikey Williams at this point in time. And that being said, it's all over the news, man. It's all over social media. Mikey Williams has been arrested for assault, 5 counts of assault with a firearm, and this is something that you don't want to see, especially when you have a youngster like Mikey Williams that has his whole life in front of him. And when I say his whole life, I mean basketball life, I mean social life, I mean the youngster comes with a lot of hype, and some of that hype could be good, some of that hype could be no good, and that's the case right now with Mikey Williams. I first started paying attention to Mikey Williams about 3 years ago. I believe he was a sophomore, some shit like that, in high school. And like I said, man, 6'2", stocky built, guard. And everybody was talking about, you know, this kid, you know, the next big thing. Hell, he even showed up Bronny James, LeBron's son. This is a few times that they met up head to head, and he got the best of Bronny James. And a lot of people, you know, they talk about Bronny James because of his dad, LeBron. But Mikey Williams, he don't have a famous dad. He don't have that famous name attached to him. So everything that Mikey Williams has done has been on his own accord, his own hard work, his own, like they say, his own drive. And all of that is being threatened right now as we speak to come crashing down. And when I say crashing down, I mean complete disaster. And this is something that, to me, you could see the telltale signs that were coming. And let me explain to y'all, okay? If you pay attention to Mikey Williams the last couple of years, well, I'm gonna say really, you know, his last senior year, he's 18 years old right now. You can see his game kind of slipping on the court. And a lot of it has to do with, you know, the people he's hanging out with, the people he's surrounded with, okay? You have reports of Mikey Williams, you know, engaging in certain things that are questionable. And as an athlete, especially an athlete where all eyes are on you, any little thing you do, people are gonna be talking about it. People are gonna be pointing fingers. If you piss sideways, motherfuckers are gonna be talking about that. So you have to walk a straight line. You have to guard yourself. You have to be careful because you have a lot of people that are looking to see what they can get out of you, or at the end of the day, make you look like a bad person. In other words, they're waiting for you to fall. And it's the case right now. He got arrested from a case, and from what I see, this happened back in March 27, okay? He didn't get arrested till this past Thursday, okay? And everything points out to Mikey Williams pulling out a gun at his house, okay? And from what I understand is they had an argument at his house, okay? And he got into a verbal confrontation. I don't know if it got physical or not. It's not clear yet. But a group of kids, teenagers, three of them were minor. They try to leave his house, okay? And he just got a house, man. The house is like 3,700 square foot. It's a big ass house. And keep this in mind, he bought this shit, you know, while in high school. That's how good, you know, the basketball game has been to Mikey. Like I said, man, back in the game, you know, a high school player, a college player, if they found out that you were getting any type of money, you know, for endorsements, you know, endorsement deals or whatever, it was a violation. You could lose your scholarship, you know, you were in trouble. Well, they have made rules where high school players and college players, they can benefit from their popularity, from their notoriety, as they say. And Mikey Williams is one of those that's reaping the rewards. Like I said, 3,700 square foot house. Nice house. In the outskirts, I believe, in San Diego. Well, I don't know what he had going over there. I don't know if it was a party or a get together. I don't know what the fuck. But I do know is that there was some type of confrontation. Some words were exchanged. Like I said, I don't know if it got physical. Make a long story short, these people, these youngsters, try to get in their vehicle and leave Mikey Williams' property. Well, reports is that Mikey Williams went out there, up the blicky, and started letting out shots at the car. Fucking crazy, okay? And like I said, 3 minors in the car. Thank God nobody got hit. Thank God. All right, it could have been much, much worse. We could easily be talking about Mikey Williams' murder charge, okay? Mikey Williams' assault with a deadly weapon, okay? I mean, this shit could have went ugly, and it's already ugly. Don't get it twisted, but it could have been uglier. So, even though it's looking bad for Mikey Williams, it could have been worse, okay? And if you don't know, Mikey Williams, he just signed a lucrative endorsement deal with Puma, okay? So, when you talk about the ceiling being the limit, not the ceiling, the sky is the limit for Mikey Williams. Or it was, because I don't know how bad this is gonna damage his reputation. I don't know how bad this is gonna dampen his NBA dreams. And like I said, man, here we are, we're coming on the heel of what happened with John Morant. Okay, we already know. I made a video about that. John Morant on the strip club, waving that little bitch ass little gun. Not too smart. okay? But the only difference between Ja Morant and Mikey Williams, Ja's already in the NBA. He's already touching those millions of dollars. Even though he almost lost all that, endorsement deals with Gatorade and all that, he's already in the NBA. So he's reaping the rewards, NBA money. Mikey Williams is trying to get to the NBA. And all that's being threatened right now for this case that he just caught. And he has 5 counts, okay? And each count, the minimum is 6 months in jail. So let's say he gets convicted, minimum, he's looking at about 2.5 years, 3 years in jail. And for somebody that's trying to make it to the NBA, for somebody that's just signed to the Memphis Tigers, a powerhouse in basketball, that's not a good situation to be in, okay? So that's where we are right now. That's what we're talking about today, and I'm gonna break this shit down, okay? When you're a reputed phenom, when I say blue chip basketball player in high school, I mean, Mikey Williams been having the hype, let's say when he was 14 years old, all right? He was already being groomed. He was already being destined for big things in the basketball world, okay? But what happens is, and look, he don't come from a fucked up neighborhood. From what I see, he comes from I'm not gonna say a rich neighborhood, but it's a stable neighborhood, all right? He don't come from a neighborhood where they're gang banging, motherfuckers dope dealing. He don't come from that background. But the thing is that once he started getting his name out there, he started getting that notoriety. People started screaming his name. The females started throwing pussy at him. Cause let's be honest, man. You got motherfuckers out there, man, that they know all eyes is on them. They know that every move they make, they're gonna be scrutinized. So Mikey Williams, he already knew what he was into, okay? And a lot of people say, well, the people he started hanging out with, they even talk about his teammate, Taylor, the tall, skinny nigga with the gold braids. They're saying he's not a good influence for Mikey. And I'm not gonna sit here and judge Taylor. I don't know Taylor. I don't know too much about him. I know the nigga could hoop. But I'm not gonna blame Taylor. I'm not gonna blame nobody for what Mikey Williams is doing. His actions, I'm not. At the end of the day, his dad, from what I see, his dad and his mom are instrumental in his life, okay? And when you let a youngster of that age, with the popularity, the height, he has over 300, damn near 4 million followers in social media, even though he deactivated his Instagram. I'm pretty sure his shit's getting hit up left and right, so he deactivated his page. He has a lot of hype with it. He has a lot of eyes on him. So any little thing that happens and it makes him look like he's not serious about his basketball career, it could hurt Mr. Mikey Williams. And that's where we at right now. Like I said, he bonded out of jail. He had a $50,000 bond. He bonded out of jail. And his next court appearance is supposed to be the 20th of this month. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. Once again, man, you know you the shit when you have Puma signing you into a contract and you haven't even played one collegiate game, not even one college game. You fresh out of high school, okay? And I get it. He done had a few problems. Typical shit that a teenager has. He broke up with his vaunted, also, equally popular girlfriend, Jada Williams. She's also a blue chip basketball player. Look her up. My hat goes out to Jada Williams. They broke up. He's had a little ups and downs. But you can see the game that the boy possesses has kind of, dipped a little bit in the last year or so. And I don't know if that has to do with the people he's hanging out with. I don't know if that's the choices that he's making. But when you have all that attention on you, when you have all eyes on you, you have to be very, very careful. And that comes in with his parents, the people that are around him, the people that care about Mikey Williams. Because everybody don't care about Mikey Williams. You got a lot of dudes out there that are out there sucking his dick, praising, the ground he walks on. But at the end of the day, all they want is what they can get out of Mikey. They're not telling him, hey man, you need to sit your ass down, man. You continue doing this shit, it's just a matter of time you fuck up. You continue hanging out with these cats, it's just a matter of time you get caught up with the bullshit. You continue going to these places, it's just a matter of time you get caught up with the bullshit. Ain't nobody telling Mikey that. And sometimes, if you care about somebody and you're part of their inner circle, you gotta grab a motherfucker by the ear and say, hey man, you got your whole life in front of you. You're gonna be a multi-millionaire soon, sooner than what you think. All you gotta do is stay clear from the knuckleheads, stay clear from the bullshit, and your time will come. But Mikey got a Hellcat, alright? Mikey out here listening to NBA Youngboy, and he wants to be a thug. And that's the problem that I have right there. And that's where a lot of these kids that don't come from that background, but once they start getting that money and that notoriety, they want to act like they thugs, aka Ja Morant. And if you want to get technical, we could go back to Bubba Chuck. And for you youngsters that don't know who the fuck I'm talking about Allen Iverson. Okay? Allen Iverson, to me, is the pioneer of the, how could I say, thugs / NBA players. Alright? The NBA really didn't see nobody as far as, you know, the tattoos, the cornrows, like Bubba Chuck. Allen Iverson, AI, the answer. He's the one that brought that element to the NBA. Next thing you know, you started seeing these youngsters in the NBA, or fuck, even in college. Tattoos, you know, the cornrows, the braids, all that shit. Allen Iverson is the one that made that shit popular. Okay? And he also was in trouble with the law while he was in high school. I believe, if I can remember, he had an assault case. They accused him of hitting a lady with a fucking chair at a bowling alley. Come to find out, you know, the shit was bullshit. They didn't really have no evidence. But he would end up doing 4 months in jail. Almost derailed his ass. You know, they gave him a second chance. He went to Georgetown, and the rest is history. Legendary, Hall of Fame career. Okay, and I'm hoping that that's the case with Mikey Williams. Okay, is his game as good as AI? I don't know, but I know that the young man has a lot of talent. Like I said, 6'2", stocky build. The sky's the limit for this youngster, man, if he can stay out of trouble. Okay, and when you look at these things, it's kind of like, it's sad, man. It's sad, because everything that he's done on the court, that shit is foreshadowed for one moment of him fucking up. And like I said, I don't know what happened at his house, but just the fact that it happened at his house, that's not too good. Because if it's somewhere else, let's say at a party or at a nightclub, you could do some damage control. You could have such and such, you know, take the heat off of you. You know, my homeboys or whatever, people that I'm with. But when you have people, because them youngsters that were in that car that were trying to leave his property, they're saying that they saw Mikey Williams in the rearview mirror pointing the blicky at them. And he started letting off shots. Like I said, some of the shots hit the car. Thank God nobody was hit. But the car has holes in it. So somebody shot out the car, and they're saying it was Mikey Williams, like I said, at his house. And, you know, this is going to be very interesting. Somebody's going to have to do some damage control on behalf of Mikey Williams. I'm hoping that he can learn from this situation, get back on his fucking horse, and do what he got to do. I don't know if Memphis is going to, you know, terminate his scholarship, his recruitment. I don't know that. I don't know if Puma's gonna terminate their contract, but Mikey Williams has a lot to lose. Fuck the Puma contract. We're talking about his life, his future. Like I said, man, talented young man. But the decisions that Mikey Williams has been making the last year and a half, 2 years, are questionable. And you know all eyes is on you when you have arguably the hottest rapper in the game. And like I said, it's not my opinion. I'm just talking about by numbers. Drake hitting you up, taking pictures with you, wanting to kick it with you. You know you the shit when you got the man himself, Drake, that's coming to fuck with you. And like I said, man, all eyes is on Mikey Williams. I don't know what's gonna happen. This story is developing. So the best thing that I can tell you is if you a hater, because there's a lot of people hating on Mikey Williams. I mean, if you look at this shit right here, man, motherfuckers talking about, they're happy this shit happened, how much they hate Mikey Williams. I mean, I don't know what he's done to people. From what I can see, he's a competitor on the court. Yeah, he talks his shit or whatever, but who don't? If you're wishing bad on this youngster because he beat you in a basketball game while he was talking shit, that's the life, the world we live in, okay? And it's fucked up, man. It's easily, the shoe could be on anybody's foot. Okay, it just happened to be Mikey Williams. And is he being crucified? A lot of people are crucifying him. Even though the details haven't come out, it's not looking too good for Mikey. Okay, like I said, his whole life is in front of him. He has to surround himself with positive people, not a bunch of yes sir, man. A lot of these cats, man, they surround themselves with people that are telling them what they want to hear. He needs to have people around him that are gonna tell him, hey man, you fucking up. Hey man, you don't need to be fucking with this dude. He ain't no good. Hey man, you don't need to be fucking with this girl. She ain't no good. But a lot of them, they don't have that. They have people that are like, literally, kissing the ground they walk on. And when the shit goes down, they don't know how to contain it. They don't know how to contain it. And it's an unfortunate situation, like I'm telling y'all. This man, 17 years old, signs a contract with Puma. Arguably top 3 player in the nation. He could have been number 1, but his ranking has been slipping. His ranking has been decreasing. And a lot of it has to do with, him making changes, playing in other schools. They were having losing records. So by him coming back to San Ysidro and playing for his hometown, that helped him out a lot. Here it is, he positioned himself to go to Memphis. A lot of people thought he was gonna go to, let's say, USC, in California. He had a lot of possibilities. He had a lot of, invitations to go play at major programs. But, Memphis ain't no bad program. It's a powerhouse. They got a good basketball program. So it's like this, man. If he handles his business, the sky's the limit for Mikey Williams. Okay? He comes with a lot of hype. Is he gonna prove and live up to that hype? It remains to be seen. All I know is, as a father myself, okay, you have to pay attention to what your child is doing, especially when your child comes with a lot of hype like Mikey Williams. And I'm not, bashing, I'm not throwing his dad or his mom under the bus, but pay attention to who hangs around your son or your daughter. Pay attention to what your son or your daughter is doing, especially if all eyes is on your siblings, your daughter, your brothers, whatever. Pay attention. Like I said, man, family looks out for family. And I don't know if Mikey Williams have, siblings. I don't know if he has brothers and sisters. I don't know. But what I do know is he needs to have people around him that's going to tell him the truth. Like I said, man, all this shit could have been avoided. It remains to be seen how it ends up, how he finishes. Like I said, I'm wishing the best for Mikey Williams. I'm not a hater. Like I said, he's a young man. We all commit mistakes when we were young. Ain't nobody perfect. He just happened to be in the spotlight. Okay? So it remains to be seen. I'll keep y'all posted on this shit. Once again, this is a cautionary tale. I don't tell nobody how they live their life. I just tell you what can happen if you live a certain life. And that's the case with Mr. Mikey Williams. Like I said, all the upside in the world, all he has to do is stay out of trouble. Easier said than done when you have bitches throwing panties at you, when you're driving around in Hellcats, when you're rocking the best clothes that money can buy. Easily distracted. Gotta stay focused. Goddamn, Mikey. Let's see what happens, man. I appreciate y'all joining me. Stay tuned. Once again, man, I don't sugarcoat nothing. I don't tell you no bullshit. I just tell you how I see things. My eyes, my opinion, nobody else. Catch you in the next one. Much love, Panama's OG Truth.